able to pay for them. So the manufacturers couldn't do anything. And the manufacturers had only their eye on the bottom dollar, and there was no device of like the modern internet and cable TV for advertisers to be brought into the scene. So therefore, there was no way out for them. So we were just voices in the wilderness saying, this is the way it could be. We believe in this vision. And that's an important word, vision. We had a vision. The players back in the early 80s had a vision, and they saw that video games could be a competitive thing, that it could be a very honorable sport. It was just a question of everybody catching up to us. So now 26 years later, people have caught up to us, and the money's there, the enthusiasm there, the huge player base is there. It's just that it's a different kind of game. It's not a game that requires as much skill, in my opinion. And it's more group playing, too. And as they play in groups, they develop a different kind of skill. They have to coordinate themselves to play as a team, because a lot of stuff is team playing now, which is interesting and which seems to be the need of the times, but it definitely is not the exact same, application that we went through 26 years ago.
Actually, talk a little bit about those guys in 1985 when they actually had that vision, that company from Winnipeg, when they gave us, we signed, I still have that professional, Electronic Sports Network, or I forgot what they called it. I still have that contract.
That's very cool. I think I have a contract. I think I have a copy of the contract.
They were going to pay us $1 to validate the contract. But they actually have this idea, like the region, or the local, the region, and the national, and then the international. And we had this, they had this whole structure where we were going to be captains of the nation and the teams and stuff like this.
Okay, I have a surprise you're going to hear now about that. I'm really quite surprised you got that contract after all these years.
Yeah.
Right now, in the world of electronic gaming, there's a lot of people who are on ego trips about, we're the first this, we're the first that. Like Angel Munoz thought he was the first. I'm not saying he was on an ego trip, but he did try to claim to be the originator of organized video game playing. I understand, at some point in time. Then he later said, boy, I was kind of surprised when I discovered that you guys had existed like 15 years before me or something like that. Angel's a nice guy. I really like him, and he's done an incredible job with the CPL. Great man. But what's interesting is there's some other leagues, some other groups that claim to be the father of organized video game playing, or being the first professional league or the first professional team. In 1985, when the players from Canada and coordinated with Twin Galaxies signed contracts with the Electronic Sports League, I believe that may be almost the earliest possible incident of an official player contract being signed. So I'm still doing research on that, and I've actually tried to run down the people who were behind that, and I found one of them had moved to some place in Alberta, but I couldn't get him on the phone to find out what kind of old evidence on that. But anybody who has that kind of contract from the Electronic Sports League should hold on to that, because that could be almost the earliest incident of an official professional gaming career contract being signed or being made available to someone. So it's a very important thing in history, the Electronic Sports League, that was put out by Data Power, which was from Winnipeg, Manitoba. They started in November of 1984.
And a lot of their technology was actually what we have now. They were going to network all the games worldwide with an installment chip on the back of the board through the telephone lines, early modem technology. They had the vision right there of how it could be done, but they didn't actually, I don't know, they ran out of money. And you remember when,
I can tell you that.
Rooney was Prime Minister of Canada, he had the Sports Minister of Canada, Otto Gellin, that officially recognized video game playing as a sport so they could move on with this program.
Do I put that mic on? Oh, sorry, this conversation is too interesting not to have you mic'd.
This is good stuff, Dwayne.
Way too interesting not to both you guys mic'd up here.
If we don't cover anything, we can do stuff in New York, too. Uh-oh. Yikes. Didn't break, did it? It just unplugged itself? I didn't even realize you knew anything anymore about the Electronic Sports League. Oh, that's unbelievable. Because I did some research and I posted some stuff on the internet, because that could be almost history's earliest instance of a professional contract being signed.
Well, the funny thing is, my mom wouldn't sign it, but I had to go track my dad down in Manitoba to sign it for me, because when you have a guardian or legal parent sign it, no, I still got that.
Okay, hold on here for just a moment, guys. I'm gonna
Okay.
Like,
No, see, this is the stuff we want to cover because people don't understand, like, the thing that, the reason why I was so mad recently and what happened was after all that stuff we did, we're shaking Steve Lee's hand,
Mm-hmm.
we're congratulating him,
Mm-hmm.
and then what happened was I drove Robert home, and that's the first time I saw that 1,000,000-point tape of his, the 1,000,006. And I didn't watch it till, that was June. I didn't watch it till September. And as soon as I saw it, I realized he cheated.
Mm-hmm.
And that was after all the stuff that because Billy and I were thinking, let's give this guy a chance, let him come to Fun Spot, whatever, to prove himself in public. But all that stuff behind, I felt betrayed. And then as things have gone on with this stuff that, that you didn't, I know you got issues and stuff, and I got issues. But the thing is, I just, for myself, the fact that there wasn't due diligence in one sense to look at that stuff and listen to people who could make the call, or even just to slow it down, like that type of thing, and just the way it's gone, like it just enraged me, and how, because I felt like I was betrayed with all this stuff that went on, and to see how this has been.
Well,
and it's not
everyone-
to blame you necessarily,
Yeah.
but the thing is, it just,
I'm going to try my best too. I'm going to try my best too.
well, that's because now we didn't realize these fuckers were Satan in disguise.
Well, these guys definitely they tricked us. There's no question about it.
So for
I had,
myself, like,
I never had any idea. I never had any idea either.
Well, none of us did, and that's the
None of
thing,
us did.
But I saw it long coming before everybody else did, and I was getting frustrated because
No,
I
I
can
didn't-
see
I didn't
things
see it
a lot
at
quicker than
all.
most people, and
I didn't
took
see it
really
at
a while
all.
to understand when I saw it already in Florida.
I had
It
no
set us
inkling.
up, and I was getting, like, no one believed me. Everyone thought I was a lunatic. Everyone thought I was crazy. No, this is personal. They're trying to make me look like an asshole when I'm not, and then tell a story that isn't true and make me look like a moron. I'm the one who suffered so they could actually stand up on the top of the hill. I'm on the bottom of the heap. Like,
Yeah.
they're crushing us all so they can make these liars and cheats and money-grubbing bastards famous and wealthy. For what? Because they're self-absorbed and don't care.
Yeah, I never
See,
I never had
that's
an
what really
inkling.
upset me, man.
I never had an inkling. It took me completely by surprise. When I saw King of Kong, I said, "Oh my God!" It blew my mind.
They played you guys all.
No, they did, man. It really. We have to do the work to show ourselves as authentic, and these guys as bastards. But we don't
Well,
have to do it to
well, the main thing is show us.
So we have to show other
Just
people
show who we are. We
Exactly, that's
don't
exactly
even don't even configure that we're going to show them bastards. Just show who we are. Just show we are.
No, that's the thing. That's what I told him. I said, when I was talking to the guys, I said,
when you're not ranting and raving and shouting at me, you're a high-level guy.
well, I was trying to get your attention. That I'm really freaking mad. I don't get mad that often, but I was trying to get your attention. Like, because to say that you wouldn't let me look at the tape to analyze it. Like, that's like.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, you got to realize at the same time, you're shouting and swearing and calling me names
And you're denouncing me, and
Well,
then,
see,
then you figure, what am I thinking? Will this guy be biased or unbiased when he analyzes the tape? So you got to see my point of view too.
See, the thing is though, like like even now, like I am fair, but the thing is that the fact that there's a number of things. There was a lot of things that happened where there was a lot of misinformation. There was, because the thing is, the things have gone over the years, like when talking with Billy and yourself and myself, we're three of the main characters in many ways because we've endured.
and our battery went on our field mixer, so
We're out of power.
we're just out of power.
You have a power issue?
Yeah, our field mixer power went. So Mike's unfortunately doing. I don't know if we can mic you.
Oh, that's all right, man.
That's it's really
No,
challenging.
well, we can talk about this stuff.
Yeah, it'd be great to get you three in a room together. You're gonna be up in New York.
Oh yeah.
No, the thing is, it just for myself, because I saw all this stuff coming long before everybody else did. and
You
no one
apparently
was-
did. You apparently did. What can
you
I
know,
say?
and I was try- and the
No
thing
one-
is,
I
when
didn't
could-
see
when
it.
I could see what was going